Hello and welcome to Bell Cave Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a second version of the new Nuzzle Raichu from Cosmic Eclipse. Now, earlier I brought you the Nuzzle Raichu partnered with all the Nuzzle Pokemon, and the aim was to really flood the board with the Pachirisu full of lightning energies and then start smashing with our Raichu, with our late game attacker being Electros, which we can cheat evolution with the Electric Swamp ability. Now this time we're still trying to flood the board with energies because that's how the Raichu builds up his attack, but rather than use Pachirisu, we're seeing whether the Naganadel engine is quick enough to be able to support a similar sort of ramp. So the Naganadels, they pull a basic energy once per turn from the discard pile onto themselves, and obviously that's 20 damage per Naganadel that we've got out every time they use that, and they're able to pull an energy from the discard pile. So we've also got Tapu Koko to get them from the discard pile as well. So we're ideally trying to get as many lightning energy into the bin as quickly as we can, as well as getting our Poipole Naganadel line set up. So that's the reason why we've maxed out a Mysterious Treasure here. Hopefully trying to use them onto our lightning energies, getting our Poipole Naganadels up on turn 1, and this is definitely a deck that we want to be going first for. And then, you know, just using your manual attachment onto a Raichu later on to be able to use that powerful spark attack and really ramp up the damage. So that's the idea of the deck. The Emolga, he's here for the free retreat, but also to be able to search out our Pikachu and Raichu line right throughout. Also combos nicely with a couple of Pokecoms that we've got here at various stages as well. And then we've gone with just a pretty simple support line, so Cynthia and Liza for draw, and then Rosa, which is just great whenever we lose a Pokemon. We get to play this and get a Pokemon, trainer card, and basic energy straight into our hands. So that's the premises of the deck. We're really seeing whether or not this can ramp as quickly as the previous deck was, and whether it's going to be as consistent. Now, I do have my concerns going into it about consistency because we're dealing with multiple stage 1 lines, and we don't have, you know, I guess the consistency of search. We're having to get a couple of different searching methods here. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Let's get into the games. Hello, Saprazilla. Welcome. Oh, a Cynthia. Fancy that. Starting the game with a Cynthia. It's exciting. We actually have a supporter in the deck. Don't worry, we'll Cynthia into nothing, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. We don't want to get too excited about things right now. Of course. And that's going to stop me from really getting too much happening at all. I mean, we're going to get rid of them both and then Cynthia, aren't we? Yeah, I think so. You go down next. That's food for thought. But we'll go and get ourselves out Poipole. I might try and paralyze here. Go and get another Poipole. Get that onto you, Cynthia. I feel like I need a backup plan. And my backup plan is to just grab ourselves another Pikachu here. Right now just hold and see if we can paralyze this Tyrogue, which we can. Beautiful. Can you use that ability if you're paralyzed? Apparently you can. Alright, now that's going to be annoying. You've only got, yeah, discard 1. Oh, are you kidding me? Typical luck from me. Absolutely typical luck from me. Alright, well, we'll go and get ourselves a Raichu. We'll go and set ourselves up another Pikachu. We'll empty out this for a Naganadel. We will E-Power. That's it, yeah, E-Power. Charge up. Another Naganadel ready to roll. Shuffle. So we can certainly try to get like the Ultra Space in for the next turn. Retreat to the Raichu. And just Powerful Spark. Does just enough, thankfully. Thanks to the E-Power. Alright, so you're able to get that damage on again. And I'm not ramping too well at the moment. Because what am I going to have? 3 at best. Okay, well that suits me. Ultra Space here, go and get another Naganadel out. Get that to you. Get that to you. This one to you. Feel like we poke gear for the moment. See if we can find a Cynthia. Excellent. I'll leave the Emolgas for after my Cynthia. Got the Rosa, which is beautiful. Nuzzle Gathering. The downside is I've only got 1 energy in the discard at the moment. There's no way to get any more. So I'm doing 80 damage at the moment, that's it. Yeah, the ramp on this is way too slow. On this particular build. So even with 110 damage, it's just nowhere near enough. Alright, well, let's Powerful Spark. So I'm assuming this will be... Does that put 2 or 3 damage counters too? So you can't quite get there with the Volcanion. Volcarona. But you're going to start chipping away at that Emolga. Alright. What's your GX attack do? Okay. We're definitely attacking with Raichu here. We're definitely going with the Rosa. It's just, what do I think is best? So a Rosa here. I think what we want, get the eel ready. We could grab Tapu Koko. But I think Tapu Koko is good for later. We definitely want the NG. I think we want the Mysterious Treasure. We don't want the Tapu Koko this turn. Might as well just grab an eel. Do we have the Pikachu? Yes, we do. We'll bin this. Grab a Naganadel. Get a Pikachu down. Get an energy to the Pikachu. Charge these up. Draw some of these guys out. And I don't know if I've got anything else that's worth grabbing just a moment. Don't think so. So at the moment, we've got enough, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 120. Yeah, we got more than enough. Powerful Spark. Smack you up. Another E-Power. And a good, another Lightning Energy. Coughing to spread some damage. So what are you going to do? GX attack here and get rid of this energy? Is that the plan? Yeah. I didn't realize that got rid of an energy from everyone. Okay. That's a bit more rude than I originally thought. Grab these two back. Get you down. 2, 4, what's in there? 6, 7. So I've got plenty of energies in deck ready to go. So what have I got? 5 energies on, so that's 100. 190 is not enough, so we might as well just keep the E-Powers. But we can also threaten pretty big time, so we'll just do this just in case you reset stamp me or something. Make a little bit of a scene and Powerful Spark. Get into you for 190. So you're going to get 2 KOs here. So that's 2 prizes back for you. I really don't like the slow ramp on this particular deck though. Just feel like it's way too slow. I mean, we're going in with Raichu next, aren't we? So let's just chuck him down. Alright, so Rosa here, I think is the play. So we'll Rosa. Go and get ourselves the, not the Electros, the Tapu Koko. Great Catcher could be good for later. Thunder Mountain could be good right now, actually. Yeah, it could be real good right now. I like that play. So that's what we'll do. So we'll Tapu Koko down. We don't have any other Pikachus, do we? One of them is prized. I believe one of them is prized. Yeah, one of them is prized. Okay, that is a bit unfortunate. So what we will do is play our Electros. Grab the energy from you. From you. We'll We've got 2 in the bin, don't we? Yeah, got plenty in the bin. Dance the Ancients here. I mean, I got the win, but that ramp is so much slower than the other deck. A damage ramp is just way too slow. Hello, Andrew Caro. Welcome. What if I changed my thinking when instead of going so many Naganadels, we go back to being largely about the Nuzzle Pokemon with like 4 Naganadels total. I say 4 Naganadels, a 2-2 line of Naganadel. That could work. That could work. Don't like getting rid of either of those 2 cards. If I can avoid it. But I might not set up if I don't. I feel like this is gone next. Or very soon to be gone. We'll get rid of Raichu. We've only got 2 Naganadels, 1's prized. Okay. We'll shuffle. We'll see if we can paralyze him. No. I only got 1 of these in the bin at the moment. Got the Raichu, but we're gonna put this back to go and get out an Emolga. Gonna go and get our Raichu. You'll set up for a 2 prize card turn next. Although, no, that brings you out of it, doesn't it? Far enough out of it anyway. Put that there, we'll E-power just a moment. Run another E-power. Get another Pikachu down. Get you to a Naganadel. Get the NG back. And for the moment, powerful spark. Hitting as hard as we can. Don't like the fact that I'm acting on just 2 more Raichus for the game. Means I probably really need to use my Naganadel once as an attacker during my turning point turn. So, we're going to Nuzzle Gathering, our Raichu. Because you also don't lose enough energies, which is something I didn't really think about before doing this. So we can charge up one energy. So we can't bin any others. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing 80. Is 110 enough? No. So we might as well leave the E-Power for next turn. Hit in with our Raichu. Do as much as we can now. So just Powerful Spark. I mean, you can't use Elegant Soul next. Unless you get a switch out of this. Well, that's unfortunate. You had to get to 6. That's... Oh no, I've got 2 E-Powers left. Yeah, alright, so... we can go 1 to you here. Go and get ourselves another Naganadel. I like keeping this in the deck as well as the other one. So, well, Cynthia. So I think Great Catcher could be good if you send one of these forward to pull this thing in while we're trying to hit it as hard as we can. So we're Nuzzle gathering ourselves a Pikachu. In mind this. Did I just see that right? That we don't actually have a Raichu in there. It's prized. That could actually be a really big problem. I've got the NG attached where I need it to be attached, so... Can I afford to bin this? Yes, I can, so we will. There's nothing to grab out of it, but we'll bin it anyway. Just to thin a little bit. Oops, from my dump. Grab that NG. And for the moment, Powerful Spark. Smack into you. Get 3 prizes. We actually need to find the Raichu. Got a 25% chance now. I missed it. Alright, so we've got a deadweight Raichu. Which means we're riding Electros from here on out. I'm assuming it'll come from you. Yeah, luckily we got the Thunder Mountain to deal with that. For at least the next turn. Alright, there's nothing for us to grab, so we'll Thunder Mountain, so we've got that sorted. Do I want to thin the deck just to... I want to keep these actually, because they just help for later. So let's just Cynthia. Yes, I know we're going to fewer. Good, we get lightning energies, that's what we're looking for here. So we shall charge up. We're actually on turning point as well. It's when we're on 3, isn't it? Yeah. So we could be hitting 160, but it doesn't really matter right now. I feel like we'll NG attach to you. Just spread the energies around. And we'll E-Power just a moment. And then Powerful Spark. And a Koga's me, we can switch out of that, so that's fine. And we've got the energy to chuck on. Mind you, you've got the KO, don't you? Can't even bother doing the maths on that. Ah, apparently I haven't been burned. Well, you got the KO if I don't get out of the active, so let's get out of the active. And then switch. Dialga. And then retreat back. And Powerful Spark. So I guess that's my thoughts on this deck, of this idea. And in my mind I had it working, but I think I've realised some issues with it. In that, ideally, you want to be getting lots of energies in the bins, you want to be using Electros first, but you can't get enough energies to use that first. Because Raichus are really great when there's energies add up. I don't know. It ramps too slow. I know that much. And it is time to rate this deck, remembering that we're really comparing this to the previous version to see whether or not this is going to ramp quickly enough and whether it's a viable option. So I think you could probably tell in those couple of matches that I very quickly discovered it's not ramping anywhere near quick enough. We're not getting through our deck, we're not getting enough into our bin to really make the most of our Naganadels, just pulling those energies in fast enough for our Raichus to make the most of that powerful spark attack. It has got me thinking maybe of a 1-1 line of Poipole Naganadel in the other deck. That could be an option. Because I do like the fact that you can bring up that one energy back each turn, and I do think that could be quite useful, especially since it also helps combo with the Electros as well. So I do think maybe a 1-1 line of Poipole Naganadel in the first version might be a good thing to experiment with. But in terms of using purely Poipole Naganadel here, I really do think the consistency just isn't there. But if we're going to give the ratings, in terms of damage, the damage is the same potential, I guess, in that you could potentially get enough energies into play with your E-powers as well to be able to one-shot anything in the game. The likelihood of you doing it in this version is much smaller because it just doesn't ramp quick enough. So yeah, I'd have to say the damage output, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 here because I suppose it still does have that potential to ramp. As for the defense, it's still just one prize card trade, so that's a 7 out of 10 for me. As for reliability, the consistency just fell right through with this deck. Playing around with those stage 1 lines, I had a feeling might be a little bit tricky to do, and my feelings were probably shown there. So yeah, in terms of consistency, we're definitely giving that a 6 out of 10. So overall, what do I think? Well, if you're going to play the Raichu, the Nuzzle Raichu, the new one from Cosmic Eclipse, it's a lot of fun to do, but I do recommend having a look at my previous version of it, because that one certainly did perform a lot better in my testing. So